Hi and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk a little bit about the Kīlauea Volcano eruption. What I want to talk about is the possibility that the volcano eruption may have been caused by man's interference with nature. Is this at all possible? In order for us to understand how man could have interfered with nature, we need to look a little bit at the history of this whole eruption process. Now, unless you have been hiding under a rock, you have heard about these eruptions in Hawaii of Mount Kīlauea. On the 17th of April, now this is before the eruptions even started, the United States Geological Survey team, that's the USGS for later reference, they detected a pressure buildup in the magma chamber of, and I'm going to try and pronounce this correctly, but please bear with me if I do not pronounce these names correctly. They detected a buildup of pressure in the magma system of Pu'u'o'o. Pu'u'o'o is part of the Kīlauea volcanic system. Kīlauea being the main volcano, which is a shield volcano. Please go look it up on Wikipedia if you don't know what a shield volcano is versus others. But the whole system is multiple little islands, with Kīlauea being one of the younger ones, but also one of the higher ones, but not the highest. But it is the active one. And Pu'u'o'o is part of this system of volcanoes, which is actually part of Kīlauea, but it is a little lower down. And inside the Kīlauea system, a caldera has formed. I'm not a scientist, so if I do get some details incorrect, please. Now the caldera is this receded earth, and inside this there is an active crater which has a different name, which is a little pit crater called Ma'u, if I have that correct. Everything started to rise on or around the 17th of April of this year, 2018. At some stage, the Ma'u crater, the lava lake, started overflowing into the crater floor, which said that to the scientists that there was a buildup of magma in the chamber system. Now, the magma chamber is pretty big and it's pretty complex, with little branches going off in all directions, mostly towards the east of that island system. On April 30, the Pu'u'o'o crater floor collapsed. It was followed by a couple of earthquakes. The lava lake at the summit of Kīlauea also dropped in level. So you have a floor collapse of the Pu'u'o'o system, the crater floor, and the lava lake. So that said to the USGS team that magma must be flowing somewhere. It can't disappear, it doesn't go back into the earth. On May the 3rd, the first fissure opened in Leilani Estates, which is a residential area towards the east of Hawaii. And in the following 3 days, another 10 fissures opened in pretty much the same eastern area. And lava started coming out of these fissures. The USGS scientists and observers and the team, etc., all knew where this magma had gone to. It was coming out of these fissures. By May 15th, a total of 20 fissures had opened in this southeastern east area, and some a little to the north of the Leilani Estates. And it is on an eastern rift. There's a rift area in which the USGS team know magma flows. The lava spewing out from that was all traveling southeast of the island into heading towards the island, the ocean, and residents from the Leilani Estates had to evacuate. Not only because of the homes, which unfortunately a lot of homes were also destroyed in the process, but because the access roads to the area were blocked off. You must also remember, flowing lava above ground creates noxious gases. It's dangerous stuff. You don't want to be breathing that. With the lava flowing through residential areas, the teams, the civil defense teams, etc., had to start blocking off roads, preventing people from entering for their own safety. Now on May 23rd, these initial bunch of fissures actually reached the ocean. But there was a special fissure, fissure 8, because that one started overflowing and moving in a northeasterly direction. By May 29, fissure 8's movement of lava was heading towards Kīlauea Bay. I hope that is correct. The lava flow towards Kīlauea Bay continued slowly. It is not a fast moving system, and people were able to evacuate and get out of the way of the moving lava. The lava flowing from fissure 8 from the 29th of May took 5 or 6 days before it actually reached Kīlauea Bay and started flowing into the ocean. The Lema Uma'u crater was initially around 12 acres in size, with the lava lake inside it. And the walls of this crater started collapsing inward, and the crater expanded in size to about 90 acres. It could be even a lot bigger by now, but it was about 90 acres, so it's a growth of almost tenfold. It could be a lot bigger by now. And this indicated to the team of the USGS monitors and observers that the type of lava had changed. I believe somewhere around the 18th of May, they had already detected a change in the type of lava. It is a younger type of lava, which is a lot more fluid. And this mainly started spewing out of fissure 8. And fissure 8 started forming channels, with lava moving towards Kīlauea Bay at speeds measured of up to 17 miles per hour, which is in the region of 27 kilometers per hour, faster than you can run. This is lava in a channel. Lava moving across clear ground is not going to move that fast because it cools down too quickly. But once it forms a channel, it speeds up. If you look at the video provided by USGS, you can see it actually opens up into wider areas where it slows down again before it reaches the ocean. It is moving at quite a bit of a speed. Fissure 8, because it has this new, younger type of magma. Now, due to this new type of magma, which is now spewing out of fissure 8, it's a younger type of lava. It's a lot more fluid. The spattering of this lava is creating what they call Pele's hair. Pele is the Hawaiian goddess of volcanoes. Pele's hair is very thin strands of volcanic material, very much like fiberglass. It resembles fiberglass and often golden in color. I don't want to call it dangerous, but it could be dangerous because you breathe it in. Imagine a fiberglass and you start breathing in fiberglass. It's not good for the lungs, it's not for the respiratory system, it's not good for the skin, it irritates the eyes, etc. So a lot of this stuff is now falling back to earth with the ash in this form which they call Pele's hair. A lot of people have actually also been fined because people are entering areas which are dangerous, which have been cordoned off, and the civil defense team, the civil defense guys, have actually, as far as I'm aware, fined 40 or more people already, with fines of $5,000 plus. for not adhering to the safety measures or calls to evacuate out of certain areas which have already been cordoned off. So obviously it's dangerous. People don't go into those areas. Yes, it would be nice to get a photo of the volcanoes from close up, etc. But if you don't have all the protective clothing or personal protective equipment, then don't go into those type of areas. If you don't have permission, don't go into those areas. That is the background. Last night, I was watching some more videos on the same subject. What caught me is an interview I saw. I happened to glance over a whole bunch of these volcano videos. It's interesting to me, something I like to watch. But then I came across this one where they interviewed Dr. Michael Sala. He was interviewed by the team from Edge of Wonder. Now, I've never heard of Dr. Michael Sala, and I've never heard of these Edge of Wonder guys, but I decided to go look at the video, and it is long and, in my opinion, quite controversial. He has some interesting ideas. He's one of those people that follow the conspiracy theorist type thing and alternate governments and the government is against the people, etc. I'm not going to get into that subject, but he mentioned something which got me thinking. I do not necessarily agree with this, but it did get me thinking. He said that the entire volcanic eruption event was caused by man due to fracking. Who did he blame for the fracking? He mentioned specifically the Puna geothermal venture. Now, what is the Puna geothermal venture? It is a power generation plant. It supplies 25% of Hawaii's power. There have been people, after I have done a little more reading, etc., who blame specifically the Puna geothermal plant for the current eruptions. This is where I'm at loggerheads with myself, and I'm just wondering, is it or isn't it? Can man actually cause such things? Can fracking, which they claim, cause volcanic eruptions? Now, we know that the Kīlauea system has been active on and off since 1983, somewhere around there. It has, the lava lake has been active, non-active, with or without eruptions, and since 2008 eruptions have become a little more activity. But can eruptions be aggravated by input of man due to things like fracking? When I went and read further and also watched additional YouTube videos on fracking in that area, a lot of other people feel the same. From my reading, and this is what's worrying to me, I was unable to find a single article, letter, or mention that the USGS or any other official science institution or body agrees or disagrees with these statements. That is my main concern. Can fracking cause volcanic eruptions or even contribute? If the scientific community does not deny the possibility that fracking can cause or contribute to volcanic eruption, as in this case, then you have to wonder, are we as man influencing nature We may not be the cause of volcanic eruptions, but we may be making it worse. Is it possible? What do you think? What's your opinion? Throw them in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. I'm going to put the interview link to the interview with Dr. Michael Sala that I came across. I'm going to put that one in there. Yes, he may be a controversial type person, and no, I do not necessarily believe him, but go listen to what a lot of other people say. Go look up Kīlauea Volcano fracking on YouTube and Google it, and you might come across some very interesting opinions from people who have quite a bit of respect in the community. So yeah, that is just my ideas for the day and my questions for the day. Give me some answers if you have, or your thoughts, and I'll see you in the next one. Jeez. Boom.